there. Good morning. I promise the rest of it isn't going to be as loud as that bombastic intro. It's a cold, crisp autumn morning, and we'll talk about some stuff because I saw something online that sucked. And I want to quickly talk about that. So apparently, Microsoft are discontinuing support for third-party accessories for the Xbox. And it seemed to really showcase controllers. I don't know if this includes headsets as well, because that would really suck. I mean, it's just a headphone jack. Why should you not be able to use third-party headphones? Man, even Apple let me use my knockoff £10 Amazon wireless headphones. So why would that not be allowed? But yeah, so this really sucks. It's awful news, and it's not very good. And I mean, to me, it feels like Microsoft really can't catch a break when it comes to this. Like, they always, whenever they step forward, they do a few steps forward, they immediately do a few steps back. This seems to be the trend with them, and it's becoming harder and harder to remain a fan. We've just got through getting rid of Xbox Live and switching up to Game Pass. I'm pretty sure they upped the price as well, which really sucked, and now they're hitting us with this as well. Look, it doesn't matter how many Call of Duty developers you buy. This is not okay. This is never going to be okay. You need to stop doing this. It really sucks. And that's the thing. And my word of advice for this video would be, keep an eye out for this. Always keep an eye out when a company does something that they consider to be a positive, but at expense to them, because it usually comes with something on the tail end, and you should really be careful of that. And I really thought that was going to be the switch from Xbox Live to Game Pass, because that was nasty. I mean, that was really, and somehow they managed to get through that through the skin of their teeth. Despite the fact that it's costing pretty much everyone just a little bit more, but they got away with it, and everyone was like, "Well, look, they're the Call of Duty guys now. They bought it. They just spent all of this money, and so they, for all intents and purposes, they got away with that." But now we're getting this as well, and I wonder how far we're going to go with this, and how many more things they're going to push on us. And of course, there's going to be people who say, "Well, look, they just bought Activision. It cost them $60 billion. Of course they're going to have to do stuff like this. They just sunk all of this money into this." Well, firstly, as a counterpoint to that, I would like to say that it's a $1 trillion company behind this. I think Microsoft are worth about $2 trillion. And secondly, and most importantly, and this is a message I'm going to reiterate a lot on this channel, and I want you to walk away with this message in your mind. You are not responsible for what a company does with their money, and you should not be fiscally responsible for what they do with that money. You're not an investor, unless you are. You don't have a buy-in on the profit that they make, on the money that they make. That doesn't matter to you, and you should not be subsidizing that money. You should never have to, and never feel as though you have to. I encountered a situation like this when I worked in a supermarket, where my boss, I worked on this horrible contract where I was only guaranteed 8 hours a week, and I needed more hours. I needed things. I had to pay for things, and the company that I was working for just spent £2 billion or 2 million or something like that buying another company. And I remember I came in the next day, and my boss said, "Look, we don't have the hours to give you. I'm sorry, we can't afford to pay for you to come in for a few more days." And I remember saying to her, "Well, they just spent millions or billions on buying another company. Why do they not have the money? They're clearly spilling out their pockets." And she said, "Well, the thing is, it's good for the company. The business will make more money in the future. In 5 or 6 years' time, this is going to be great for the business." And I said, "Well, that's great. I have things to pay for now, though. I have to buy things now, and I'm also not going to see any of that profit. So, thanks, bitch." Yeah. That sucked, and I really want you to come away with with this message that it's not you. You don't have to subsidize this, and this sucks. It's awful, and there's no other way of putting it. It just is bad. Okay, right. Anyway, hopefully there'll be more good news in the future. We can start these cold mornings with happier times. But I guess I'll see everyone later.